know, most shows I usually just skip the intro, but for this one, I mean, they're actually changing up certain stuff per episode. You know, that's kind of cool. See, like this. Emma Frost. Motendo, probably a huge guy in X-Men and Marvel lore. Don't know who he is.
We must be ready should Mr. Sinister resurface.
The youngest member deserves some jubilation on her 18th birthday.
Jubilee's 18? Oh, man.
Who's got 2 thumbs last fireworks and turns 18 today?
Me. We got some surprises for you.
Jubilation for Jubilee.
What's wrong with just one day where I don't have to freak out about Jean and her clone, or Cyclops and his latest control issue?
She's 18 though. She's supposed to not realize how important certain stuff is. Look how old Magneto is.
You actually do play video games?
The only people who hate video games are bad at video games.
Talk to him, Jubilee.
Whoa.
Oh.
Wait.
Whoa! It would be a lot easier if you'd used your powers.
What if there's cameras around? My parents could see me on TV.
Cool to have a character where they worry so much about how what their parents think, because that's definitely a reoccurring theme in all the X-Men iterations I've seen. There's always a hero that talks about or deals with parents that hate that they're a mutant.
I was trapped here with Storm. Gambit, too. And a bunch of other mutants.
Talked about that in an earlier episode. I remember an episode where they're all on an island, like, being slaves. So it was here, okay.
I didn't do that.
It was her.
Totally in a video game.
Pay attention to the young lady. You're like totally in a video game.
Oh no, this is someone else. This is not MODOK.
My greatest hit? Putting the X-Men through overly complicated death traps to
Looks like you've been dieting?
Okay, it sounds familiar.
video games. The future of mind numbery.
He's not lying.
A Motendo in every home. On every world, in every dimension. I don't want to say if you die in the game, you die in real life, but
That's the case.
Who's the boss?
different worlds.
Divorce court, Summers versus Gray.
It's loading.
Okay, this brings it back to the original series even more so. Wow. I definitely grew up on games like this. Who is that?
I remember seeing this place on the news with Mia Mãe, Magneto's old base.
Yeah.
Mia Mãe tried saying they were good ones, but I could tell she was spooked. So I said they're all freaks, and normal people would win.
These levels are taking me back.
Listen to yourself. None of this is real.
It's enticing to, it makes you want to stay. Basically a metaphor for growing up and not wanting to. Just
I am Magneto.
He's got a pattern of attack. Typical boss battle shenanigans.
real gamers know.
An extra life!
How did that get in there? But I told you to get rid of her!
Someone's helping them. Who though? Who the Who has digital powers? What here?
She's a plot twist. She's in league with Mojo.
Zip it, DaCosta!
Is that her?
Like I said, we go way back. Now we need to move.
No. What?
I've played these levels inside and out, relived the glory days more than I care to count. I figured out a glitch and hacked my way through here before deletion.
The glitch is just a part of the game.
Part of you wants to hang here. It's nice knowing how every stage ends. No surprises, no twists, but that's not living.
She's talking facts.
Friends and family, love, loss, hope. Life's a total risk and it's on you. Take it.
This is why we love this cartoon in the 90s. Dialogue like that.
The bigger they are,
harder they pop.
Pop. Oh, and she's getting a glimpse of her powers too that she's gonna eventually be able to do. This is awesome.
Time to end you, glitches!
And this would explain why I don't really remember him. He seems like he's sort of a pushover. I mean, Jubilee is whipping his ass. Yes. Hey, Roberto. Life, Death, Part 1?
Storm, dinner is ready. My papa's bison chili.
So are they going to be together too? We've seen so many partnering up.
You're needing a neat toaster or a thing that'll store your mutant powers? Then I'm your man.
Yeah, he's definitely, I was going to say, whining and dining her. Literally.
Your mutant gifts have allowed you to fix yourself.
Adapted and got creative.
Adapt and get creative.
The goddess lives.
What are they doing out here?
That owl, I've seen him before circling. Perhaps he is like the winds.
Last power differential clicked in my head when we were out riding. Like I said, helps to get outside.
No way. No way.
Give it a try.
Winds, rise and move the desert sands.
Damn.
I know, Aurora. I know. The Defense Department offered to help me, as long as I helped them build some devices. Devices that could be used to...
Oh my God.
I was hurting.
My weaver of lies.
This is not a lie.
Don't you dare.
Damn.
You are a goddess. Powers be damned. How do you not see that?
Powers be damned.
I love you.
Something tells me our powers are gonna come back out of nowhere. Whoa. Or maybe not.
Get out of my home, you damn demon!
Is that the owl she kept talking about?
You live disappointed, trapped here, haunted, suffering. I feast on misery, and I, the adversary, shall not waste my meal.
No, come on. Damn, so they had a whole episode for the first half of this. Ended it, and then for the rest of the episode, set up half of the next episode. Damn it. That's definitely some Saturday morning cartoon strategy right there. Okay, so that hawk owl thing called themselves the adversary. I don't know if that was a literal name or not. The whole Jubilee episode, it's kind of fun. The villain wasn't too hard. It was taking place in a video game. 17, just turned 18, officially an adult. You know, a whole bunch of lessons about growing up and why it's actually better to do that than to stay a kid or even just to want things to stay the same. Got a lot of Sunspot. I've heard of his name before, but I didn't know his powers, what he looked like, background. So those two being together, he's definitely gonna stay as a part of X-Men, and it's obviously got to come up where he talks with his mom or reveals that he's a mutant to her. Him saying when they saw the Asteroid M arc when he was at home and she was speaking in a good light, I forgot the specific words he said about mutants. Something tells me she's not gonna be too upset. I mean, who would be that your kid is a mutant? It can't be that bad as long as they're not like Pyro or, you know, someone from the Brotherhood that's just a nightmare, like Juggernaut. Like if your kid was Juggernaut and they come home, it's like, man, what are you doing? But I do know about Juggernaut's background and that he's Charles' brother and all that. That's also a legendary episode in my eyes, at least, of the original X-Men animated series. Because I didn't know that before I watched it, and I was just blown away, jaw dropped for like a whole week. And it explained why he had that thing on his head for me at the time. Yeah, I don't know where they're going with the Storm storyline. Forge creating the collars that limit the mutant powers, and you know, that definitely being expanded into weapons like the one that was used on Storm. She has a right to be upset, but it just shows the power that Forge has. And he kept talking about creativity and looking forward and not accepting things. You know, it's a scientist talk. Curious where they're gonna go for part 2 in this of the life, death, and when Storm gets her powers back, because we know she's not just gonna stay like this forever. We need her.